Alright, welcome back everyone to A Programmer Plays Metroid Prime Remastered. In our previous episode, we managed to make it into the, through the beginning of the game. We're deep inside of the Chozo Ruins, and we're working on getting ourselves over to this boss up here. I have played this game before, so I know what's coming. To an extent, I know that we need to get in here and, do a little shooting. So, that was the wrong button. Keep trying to do stuff that I just don't have access to yet, like charge beam, which is kind of a classic playing a game that you've played before problem, I guess. There's here, right? There's a scan thing for that, which is interesting. Recall if this don't have double jump. Get out of the acid. I don't recall if energy drops and the like disappear in this game. I don't think they do. I think that they stick around for as long as you're in the room. I could easily be wrong about that. Alright, so we need to find the 4 thingies. I believe are just scattered about. I appreciate that they actually do literally light up as you complete them. I forgot about that guy in there. Come on, scanner, don't cooperate. The last one. It's somewhere in here, I'm sure of it. Oh, is that it there? No, that's a drain. If it was me, it would be somewhere right around here. Oop, that's bad. That's very bad. Back to having at least 1 tank of energy. Unless I think it's... Is it underwater? I don't think it's underwater, but it might be. Oh, nope, it's literally just right here. We were close. Multiple times we were close. It has been unlocked. Huzzah! interesting sense in this game of like not being able to see your feet, which is true in a lot of games, right? Like pretty much any first-person shooter, unless you look directly down, you can't see your feet, and that causes problems, right? Because you can't tell, am I about to jump off the edge or am I about to walk off the edge? Charge beam! These jerks. So not being able to like look down and see your feet at all definitely feels like, you know, it's a choice that the game made, and maybe we wish it was different, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, that's interesting that I got two right there. Alright. Are you... I don't think we can do anything about that right now. I don't think we can jump up either. Will save properly, since that is, you know, some progress. Multiple errors. I have mostly gotten used to the lag, I think. I'm not 100% used to it. And I imagine I'm probably going to have a couple of pretty grumpy moments about it later. It is what it is. Luminescent cylinders functioning at 80%. Oop. Well, that's not what I wanted. Thought that I could go this way, but it might not be able to until after I fight the boss. I didn't think the door was open. locked until we do this stuff. Forgot about you.
Recording to logbook.
Imagine that this room exists purely as like a speed bump, just to give the disc more time to get stuff loaded. Oh, I forgot about this mini boss.
Recording to logbook. Recording to logbook.
It's funny how that one, like that whole boss, it feels like you're supposed to be, you know, switching into morph ball form to like go under the flames or jump over them or something. You really don't need to. You can face tank that fight, no problem. Yay! I like the way that they give a little demonstration of what you're doing. You know. We got morph ball back. I also appreciate that they do this, where the morph ball can like nestle into tracks in the floor. It is a great way of subtly getting the player to go, wait a minute, this is weird. This spot, I'm like lined up to it perfectly. Yep. I keep hitting the B button instead of the A button because Nintendo controllers are, you know, pivoted from the rest of the world. It's mildly irritating. It's not even really irritating, it's just bewildering. It's like, why did you guys do this? Also, I appreciate this little, like, you have to understand the mechanic in order to get out of this. I guess that's probably the real reason for this spot. Not so much to slow us down, but to force us to understand. And also, this carefully positioned enemy that we will probably accidentally roll right into it. It's great. Big fan.
Recording to logbook.
Lowering the water level. Oh, that was the wrong button. Time crunch. Man, what would video game developers do if water levels weren't such a convenient way to do puzzles? There we go. Door unlocked. Machine is now fully functional. Right, and was there... Yeah, this would have just gone into the water previously. Cool. A little bit of hitching there. I'm not honestly sure if that's my dongle or my Nintendo Switch. I see it going either way. Alright, we don't have the spider ball yet. We'll scan it now. I have mixed feelings about it just telling you, like, okay, you need the spider ball. Like, a part of me is like, this is great for, like, helping players who might otherwise be... Like, it's clear, but it's also very video gamey, right? Like, for the game to just tell you, you need this upgrade. I don't know. Mixed feelings, is what I'm saying. Fairly unnecessary shortcut, but, you know, take those. Not even really a shortcut, just a safer cut. We, I think, will go back to the spot over here before we go to the boss. To grab that little extra goodie since we're just right here. Not a... Okay, it is. I guess wasn't close enough or had a bad angle. And as memory serves, there's like a... There was a missile upgrade over here. Maybe not. Ah, it's literally right there. Missiles. We're already getting to the point where we've got, kind of as many missiles as we really need. Like, I don't use terribly many missiles. I don't use the, like, super abilities very often. I very much tend to fall back to the charge beam. But maybe this playthrough I'll do something a little different. Try and be more aggressive about using my missiles. It's one of the things about playing a new game versus playing a game that you've beaten before. Having that sort of, foreknowledge of like, oh, I'm going to need a lot of missiles or something. Or soul or whatever, versus coming around the second time, you're like, I've got an idea of what to expect. I'm fine to use 15 missiles doing X, Y, and Z. And, just generally having a much smoother time second time around because you're able to take better advantage of your stuff instead of being so conservative with it because you're afraid that, oh, I'm going to need missiles to solve a puzzle and I won't have any, even though that's fairly nonsensical. Love that mist effect on the visor. It's so good. Swinging. I'm reasonably convinced that one of the... Yeah, I think I actually saw it. Way on down there. Dang it.
Recording to
Shot those to make them leave me be, but I didn't, and it's fine. Let's see. Jump over here, jump up here. So that's the really obvious one that you turn around and there it is right in your face. So we need to jump back down, scan that. Oop. Grass is back. Thought I could make a jump, I was wrong. Of course, you both come out. are you, fourth symbol? And you. I know that there's something. I know it's in this room, obviously. I'm reasonably certain it's not even that hidden. I'm just not seeing it. Not where did it go, but where is it? Trying to look for like spots where you would have to like work your way backwards to find something. So Nintendo does like doing that. It's just literally right there. It painfully obvious. I don't know how I missed that before. I probably looked straight at it and didn't register its presence. So it goes. I don't know why I came out of Morphball there. That was silly. Alright, well, we're not doing great in terms of health. But we'll be fine. They probably expected about half the players to be coming in here with just one extra health tank. Maybe more, honestly. I'd be interested to know, what did they expect players to have done?
Recording to logbook.
the camera going into the tube feels maybe a bit like we tested this and some people still didn't get it. The boss becoming tiny and then growing back in size is such a early 2000s video game-ism, it feels like, at least to me. Wow. Hit it again. Is there a stun mechanic? There is. Forgot about the stun mechanic. Patient. It's kind of funny that this is a 4-phase boss. You know, like it. Classic boss design is do it in 3s, right? And just like that, we got it. Cool boss. I like that boss. Like, obviously, if you know how it works, then it's not that big a deal. I did still take a fair bit of damage, honestly, just from being impatient and not being scared enough of the walls of thorns he was summoning, but yay! Big upgrade. Varia suit. It is kind of funny the way that the nature of this scanning means that like you pretty much have to spoil yourself about what you're getting. Now, if you're new to the series, if you're a kid playing your first Metroid, you see Varia suit and you're like, I don't know what that means. What? What's a Varia suit? But in previous games where you're you're an adult who can have a little extra context about it, you're like, oh, that's the suit that we lost at the beginning of the game. Back to the iconic look. Feels good. Varia suit acquired. Dangerous areas of heat are now accessible. Additional data downloaded to inventory screen. Kind of funny that there's not, like, you can't scan bosses after they're dead. It seems like that to me feels like a prime opportunity to have some, like, you know, extra context, extra, like, now that we've got time to really analyze this, and their defenses are down, now we can tell you more stuff about them. Toxin scans clear. Hooray! That said, it's still water. Still struggle to see it. Probably should have scanned that just for some completion percentage, but it's fine.
Recording to logbook.
Don't think. Yeah. Jerks. Come on.
Recording to logbook.
Shows a lore. Oh. This one. Cordite was the super blast? I wanna say? We'll also try this. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Cordite was super blast. More caverns. Then this loops around to the other side. Cool. Don't remember if there's anything that we particularly want in this space. I don't think there is. Ah, we're good to head on into Bangor, I believe. Before we do that, I do want to go in here because there's, I believe, I believe there's another energy tank up for grabs if I go in here and do a little jumping puzzle. Not energy tank, looks like a missile upgrade. That's fine. I remember as a kid genuinely struggling with this. Like I had terrible timing as a kid. Still do. Jesus. My timing worse than I remember it being? Or is this just byproduct of playing on with a little bit of delay? It's clever for them to have you know, a grate in the way gosh. There we go. Jesus. Still terrible at it. I'm glad to see that some things never change. Oh, yes.
Recorded to logbook.
Alright, Chozo lore, and I don't really remember why I couldn't get in there earlier. Or even if I could not get in there earlier. Oh, here's the energy tank that I remembered. Right, it's a jumping problem. I don't have double jump, so I can't get to there. Haha. Cool. Alright. So we're done with that now. Now we can go to Magmore. It's so funny that I remembered there being an energy tank, but I misremembered the location. I mean, it's not that funny, but, you know, I'm amused. Laughing at myself. I don't know why I got out of Morph Ball. We weren't done. Alright, send me on down. I'm so paranoid that I'm gonna like look at my video later and be like, oh, the audio's messed up in some way that wasn't obvious at the beginning of the recording. I don't think that's happening, but I'm paranoid about it. Alright, and we haven't gotten a map station for here, so I recall it. It's basically just drop on down. Save station on the left. I wonder if the save station, this one, is here because some people might have like not grabbed the Varia suit. I don't know. Some of the save station placement in this game is curious to me. Because I think a more modern release would have been maybe a little more generous with the placement of the save stations.
Recorded to logbook.
I don't know why it didn't lock on. Yeah, that tracks. Huh, we're still open. That's interesting.
Recorded to logbook.
Hook. Focus on the one closer.
Recorded to logbook.
I'm a little surprised that this central column isn't scannable. we'll be coming back later to destroy it, so not that big a deal, but
Recording to logbook.
sandstone, yeah, sandstone's more ball bombs. I kind of hate that I've got that memorized. You know, there's so many things that I wish I could remember and don't. And here I am,
Recording to
just
logbook.
able to spout off at the drop of a hat, like, oh yeah, sandstone in the Metroid Prime game is breakable with the morph ball. That is not what I meant to do. I appreciate rooms like that where they give you a minor inconvenience, and then later you get abilities that let you avoid that inconvenience. It's just nice, you know? Makes you feel like you're making progress in the game and getting more powerful. Even though the end result is still, I walked through a room. Like, I don't know. It gives a sense of becoming more competent and powerful and all that stuff.
Recording to logbook.
It's interesting how Magmore Caverns is largely more of like a intermediate area than anything else. Like, Magmore Caverns is the bit between the other areas. Basalt. If you've never seen Basalt in real life, it is very cool. I got the chance to go to Iceland earlier last year, and do recommend. It was very cool. I realize that that's just such a like super nerd thing to say and be excited about, but what can I say? Everything has become brittle from temperature, which I think, yeah, just a simple directly above has been unlocked.
Recording
Which I think
to log.
does mean that I've slightly screwed myself out of a scan. That's fine. Again, we're not doing like a 100% run here. We're not trying to scan everything. We will be a-okay. Even if we're in like the, I don't know, 80s. Honestly, we get to the end and I'll be happy. I've played this game before. This is not a first play. I've done the 100% thing. I just mostly wanted to like refresh my memory before playing Metroid Prime 4, so that I'd have, you know, good, clear point of reference. Let's actually go down to this save first. It's not necessary, but I'm going to do it anyways. Just on the off chance that I make some very bad mistakes and get myself killed. I appreciate also that when we do that, the enemies didn't just immediately respawn, you know? They could have, and that would have been totally fair. We effectively sat at a bench, you know? But that's not quite how the logic in this game works. I actually don't know exactly what the logic in this game is for that. Another mini-boss of sorts.
Recording to log.
Go. Alright, so as I recall, you kind of have to do the room properly to get any of its secrets out of it. And heat, so we won't do that for a hot minute. Jump. I don't know why not. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just keep going.
Recording to log.
Ignoring them and running. I think you. Ooh, snowy. I do love Vendrana drifts. Like they look so cool. The music is so nice. It's generally a very cool area, in my opinion. Come on over, buddy. This... Yeah, this is where we get the boost. And if I remember correctly, I don't think it's here. It's another spot that looks a lot like this spot that I think is the cover art for the soundtrack for this game. But it's got these like floating ice platforms on it, which is cool. Boost. It's a little surprising to me that the boost is the next one right after getting the Vario suit, and before that, the Morph Ball Bomb. It feels like a lot of focus on your armor and your alternate, your alternate form, as opposed to focusing on your jumping or your gun, really. Is there a secret here that I'm forgetting? Listening for the thrum. Yes, there is. There's some lore here.
Recorded to logbook.
And I think in order to get back out, we'll need to boost again. That's fine. Now, generally, I think that in this game, coming out of the boost ball feels coming out of the morph ball feels a little bit slow, but they do get credit for how smooth coming out of the boost ball feels when you're like up in the air. Like that feels very it feels natural. I'm surprised that you guys are back. I don't love it, to be honest. Alright, so now that we've got that, cutscene triggers. And I do love this. Like, there's a lot of aura here, right? Like, getting the shadow cast over the ground before you see him. Like, good stuff. But, alright. That seems like a really good, natural place to end this episode. YouTube! Thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and yeah, see you in the next episode. Until then, bye!